Hello, everyone. I hope that you are doing well. I'm Usim bin Haj Rahman, known also as Cyber Eagle 2001. I'm cybersecurity manager at Engineer Spark Feste. I'm also certified penetration tester and certified digital forensics examiner from the International Cybersecurity Institute. And also, I am cybersecurity instructor at Go My Code and honestly at Securzy. So, before starting, I would like to thank Securzy for hosting such events. Today, we are going to understand cybersecurity. What do we mean by cybersecurity? And the real definition of big data. What is it? Then you are going to share the knowledge and try to decipher the relationship between big data essentials, three main V's, and cybersecurity. And the last part is going to be more into penetration testing and also into hardware pen testing when it comes to cybersecurity problematic in big data architectures. Understanding this, what do we mean by cybersecurity? Actually, cybersecurity, as the Homeland Security says, is the activity or process, ability or capability, or state whereby information and communication systems and the information contained therein are protected from and or defended against damage, unauthorized use or modification or exploitation. Second definition we are going to understand in here is the big data definition. As Apache says, big data is the data that contains greater variety, arriving in increasing volumes and with more velocity. This is also known as the three V's. Put simply, big data is larger, more complex data sets, especially from new data sources. These data sets are so voluminous that traditional data processing softwares just can't manage them, but these massive volumes of data can be used to address business problems you wouldn't have been able to tackle before. Let's move on. So when it comes to big data, we are talking about data essentials. When it comes to data essentials, we are actually talking now in 2022 about 47 V. But the main three V's are the first ones: the volume, the velocity, and the variety. Without the velocity, the volume, and the variety, I can talk about big data. But also these three are our main concerns when it comes to cybersecurity. So first of all, we are going to understand the data storage security issue. Data storage security issue is based on the first V in big data, which is the volume. Nowadays, companies or even small startups can't store its data on premise servers. Having huge information and huge data means that we need more servers, more hardware, and this is going to be more and more expensive. So we are also opting for new solutions like cloud security or cloud solution. When we are talking about cloud solution, usually we are talking about a third party, which is the real owner of the servers, who is going to lend these servers to the companies who are handling big data. And this is why we have huge three main problems, which are misconfiguration, data governance, and access control. The second point that we are going to talk about is the data privacy issue. When it comes to big data, then you are always handling information collected from Google Docking or web surfing and web scrolling. This is quite a huge problem for us because when we are collecting information that is so huge, like 3 terabytes of information, then I have no time to verify if these 3 terabytes actually I can use them in order to be sure that they don't have any copyright issues. Next point, which is data poisoning. When it comes to big data, actually we are taking this information, taking these data sets in order to create machine learning models or deep learning models. If I have a healthy data set, then I'm going to create a healthy learning algorithm and I'm going to have a healthy machine learning model. But if I also have the ability to have a poisoned data set, a data set that has been altered, or maybe that I have collected information from untrusted sources, this data set is going to be passed through the learning algorithm, and this is going to affect our learning model. So the next step, what we are talking about, will be big data architecture and cybersecurity. First of all, I'm going to take CVE, which is a recent one that have affected Apache Spark. So Apache Spark, for those who don't know it, is actually a well-known software that is handling big data. Actually, what they did in 2022 is that they gain access from the Apache Spark terminal on the real terminal of the server, and from there they privilege escalated and they got admin access. And when it comes to CVEs, they are so known to be especially in the red teaming parts of cybersecurity. This CVE has a number of 33891 Apache Spark shell command injection vulnerability via Spark UI. So actually what they did is that they injected some commands in the terminal of Apache Spark, and from the user interface of Apache Spark, they gain access and directly on the terminal of the servers. The majority of the servers who are running Spark are using Linux. For the next step, we are going to try to understand is the fact that we are going to talk more about Hadoop architecture. Because actually, Apache Spark is based on Hadoop architecture, and it's on the top of it. Hadoop architecture, which was one of the most known and the oldest ones, until now we are talking about Hadoop architectures everywhere. Also, Hadoop architectures are also known as master-slave or master-worker architecture. Hadoop had different architecture since its release in 2006. Every single one had a vulnerability that pushed Apache teams to upgrade it. So the first one was named the name node, the second one was named the secondary name node, and the third one was named standby name node. The name node, which is the oldest one, is this one. Actually, we have a master node or a name node who is handling everything and also giving information to the slave nodes. And the main issue in here is centralized control access. When it comes to cloud computing, actually, we are really facing huge problems and with security and threats. But also, it's so true that big data datasets are more targeted than small datasets. And this is actually how hackers works. So thank you all and see you soon. Good night.